Hey, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another weekly Wiz video. If this is your first time finding this channel, my name is Gerard, and today we are talking about all 7 fragrances that I wore last week. So if that is content that you think you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you are updated whenever I upload something new. Bear with me, guys, through this video. I have had the worst cold for the last 2 days. I feel like absolute crap, but I am not filming this video for you guys today where I go over the 7 fragrances that I wore last week. I've been bobbing and weaving this cold that has been going through my house for what feels like a month. My kids, my wife, everyone has had this cold, sneezing in my eyeballs, dirty tissues everywhere. I'm dodging, bobbing and weaving, trying to stay away from it, and it finally caught up with me. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Luckily, all the 7 fragrances that I wore, I know what they smell like. So I'm gonna walk you guys through each day last week that I wore them. Luckily, I was not feeling sick yet. So let's get into it, starting with Sunday. I was looking for something laid back and chill on Sunday. This one fit the bill, cool weather, cheapy. Love this one. Scent I'm talking about is John Varvatos Crimson. Now this is a collaboration with none other than Nick Jonas. And you might think, all right, celebrity fragrance, I'm going to stay clear of it. I'm also a bit of a snob when it comes to celebrity fragrances. But this one does a fantastic job. Rum, coffee, saffron, apple, suede are some of the notes in here. Just this really masculine fruitiness. It's a casual, fun fragrance with a masculine backbone to it. There's a couple fragrances that some people think this smells similar to, and I do actually get it. So Absolute Instinct from Giorgio Armani is a fragrance that I really enjoy. I own that one. It doesn't have the citrus note that Absolute Instinct has, but I can pick up some of the nuances that are familiar. Some of the woodiness, the patchouli in here. There's a seaweed note in that one. I'm not getting that here, but I pick up some of those familiar notes from between the two, and Dylan Blue. So it has this really mass appealing feel to it, but it's casual, and you could pretty much wear this in any situation. Although I would say that it's reserved for cooler weather. Feel free to overspray this one. Like most John Varvatoses, the atomizer sucks, so it doesn't put out a lot of juice. You're gonna need to overspray for this to have any kind of longevity. However, once you spray heavy, it is gonna last you a good amount of time. Performance, it's nothing to write home about, but the scent here, really unique, and I love it. John Varvatos Crimson. This is another rack store legendary cheapie that gets a ton of hype, and it is well worth the hype. Scent I'm talking about is Banana Republic's Tobacco and Tonka Bean. And this one is an old standby. If I'm at the rack store, a lot of times I get asked by people, not necessarily they don't know the channel, they just see a random guy standing there, maybe looking like he knows what he's doing, and they'll ask me. Usually it's women. They'll say, which one of these smells good? This is one that if it's on the rack, I point them to it. Well, first I ask them who they're buying for. This is a unisex fragrance, and I love it. Tobacco, obviously, and Tonka are notes here. However, they're rounded out by plum, pear, and even a coconut note. So this has a really well-balanced sweetness to it that I absolutely love. Again, not fantastic atomizers on the Banana Republics, but the quality here is there. I love it. The sweetness, perfect. Although it's sweet and might be too sweet for some, it definitely has this authentic sweetness to it. So I pick up some of that fruitiness that I mentioned from that plum, specifically the plum. And I think it's what makes the scent. It truly does. I know tobacco and Tonka bean are in the name, but the plum here is the standout note from a sweet standpoint. So really enjoy this one. It's super cheap, and it seems to be popping up more and more at rack stores again. For a while it had disappeared, came back. This is a safe bet, and it's unisex. Would love to smell this on a lady. It is really nice. Banana Republic's Tobacco and Tonka Bean. This next one is one that I had tested and tried, and immediately knew I wanted a full bottle of it. So I paid full retail. I went to Macy's and grabbed it. Scent I'm talking about is Ralph's Club Parfum. And this one, for me, smells far more natural. And I know there's an elixir. I have not tried that yet. Smells far more natural than the EDP version of this. And not that that's a bad scent. Guys, I really wish I could smell these in the air. I actually am picking this up. It's fresh. It's aromatic. It has just the right amount of sweetness. This is addictive. I love this one. This is more understated for a guy who might not want to draw a ton of attention to himself, but wants to smell clean and put together. Again, this is really aromatic and natural smelling to me, much more natural, as I mentioned, than the EDP version. This one for me is sweet and fresh with this inviting demeanor to it. And it is not the best performer. It's probably average to maybe just below average, specifically for a parfum concentration. And that's why I would say below average, because I have a ton of parfum versions of fragrances that last a lot longer than this one. But because it is so aromatic, fresh, and natural smelling, I'm going to give it a break. But for the most part, as I said, performance is nothing crazy, but the smell, I love it. And this one, guys, again, if you want to be understated and not draw a ton of attention to yourself, you can wear this to class, you can wear this to the office, and you can even wear this out to dinner later that night. I love this stuff. Ralph's Club Parfum. This next scent that I wore was my most recent rack store pickup. So if you guys have not checked out that video, be sure to do so. Scent I am talking about is Dunhill Desire. And this one, guys, surprised me. This one was a pleasant surprise from Dunhill. And I shouldn't say Dunhill in general surprised me. I just wasn't expecting the scent that I got from this bottle. I was expecting a warm, ambery, spicy fragrance. But what I got was a vanilla, fruity, orange, musky, little bit of patchouli scent. And I'll take it. Although it has that fruit and vanilla, the patchouli here specifically is what helps this remain masculine on me. And it also is an older scent that I know a lot of you guys mentioned was kind of a go-to for you years ago. But it smells current. It smells modern. It doesn't... What I would say, though, is that the sweetness here is not overdone. It's really, well-rounded and perfectly balanced. I was underwhelmed by the performance, and that's something obviously I couldn't touch on in that video, but the performance was just not there. That is why I want to try Lafayette Street. A lot of you guys mentioned Bond Number 9's version, essentially, of this fragrance. I don't know which one came out first. You just said Bond Number 9's Lafayette Street is essentially a niche version of this fragrance. So now I'm curious. I definitely want to try that scent now. This one, I imagine being worn by a younger guy, definitely would work for a kid in school, class. This is going to be perfect. It's nothing too serious. You're probably not going to dress this one up. It's much more casual and laid back, but also a really pleasant, inviting scent that's probably going to get a compliment or two. And for 20 bucks, you really can't go wrong with it. This one, again, surprised me. I really like this one. Dunhill Desire. This next one I've talked a lot about on the channel. I had a real estate conference. For you guys that don't know, I'm a real estate agent. My wife and I both do that for essentially our full-time jobs. So this one was kind of a no-brainer for the work event that we had. Scent I'm talking about is, and I got some, let me clean the bottle up. Scent I'm talking about is Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Wow. What can I say that I have not said about this scent, or what you might not have heard already? It's amazing. So damn good. Stunning, woody, green, aromatic freshness that is so refined. A lot of people complain about the performance of this. I don't know why. This lasted all day on me, number one. But yes, it does sit a bit closer to the skin. It's not going to be a room filler. I would not want this to be a room filler. That is the opposite of refinement, in my opinion. This is not meant to do that. This is not some Middle Eastern fragrance bomb that's gonna last 15 hours. This is refined, upscale, elevated. This is gonna elevate any guy. His outfit, his mood. For me, this really kind of instills a little bit of sense of a confidence in me, knowing what I'm wearing and how good I smell. So happy to have this in the collection. I mean, it's not cheap. I'm blessed to be able to have this in my collection. And there are dupes out there that if you want a dupe of this scent to get close to it, I'm all for that. There is a place for dupes 100% in this fragrance game that we're all passionate about. My wife actually got this as a gift and she paid full price, but you don't have to pay full price. You can get this on discounters for far less than retail. I will link it down below, but consider this one, guys. At least get a decant. I'll try to link a sample as well. Amazing fragrance, just amazing. Top 10 for me, masterpiece. Creed's Green Irish Tweed. This was definitely one of my favorite pickups of 2023. I actually found it at a TJ Maxx. I got lucky, guys. Scent I'm talking about is Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. Now, you guys know, if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you know that I love this house. Loewe is a slept-on house, not talked about enough. Great atomizer. I like this more than Creed Aventus at the moment. In the air, I'm picking it up right now, cold and all. It is beautiful. It's an aromatic fougere modernized with this added green lushness, this mossy earthiness. It is incredible. This is one of those fragrances that I look at on my shelf and say, if I was going anywhere, I would probably take that with me because I can wear it in any situation. I can wear it professionally. I can wear it casually. I could wear it to the pool. I could wear it to the beach. I could wear it skiing, whatever. This is a signature worthy, versatile fragrance. I know that I'm gonna smell great wearing this. And I also know it's elevated, it's masculine, it's not too youthful without smelling old manish. And shout out to all the old men out there. You guys smell great. I'm inching closer to that title, but we don't have to talk about that. But I will say, this is one that, I mean, it's just beautiful. I love it. Stunning stuff. And now there's an elixir out, which this is available on Sabina, by the way. And I'm going to link it down below. Sabina's great. I've gotten a few fragrances through them, and they're overseas, but you're going to end up paying less on their site than most. And this one has been harder to find, so I'm going to link this down below. They're also carrying the elixir. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to try that one. I definitely want to. I'm probably going to blind buy it. But if you've tried it, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Loewe Essentia Eau de Parfum. This next scent that I wore on Saturday has been not really a love, maybe a like-hate relationship with this scent. Fragrance I am talking about is Missoni Wave. And this scent, guys, for me, look, I love the presentation. I love the bottle. I love the magnetic cap. I'm a massive fan of Missoni Parfum Pour Homme. I talked about it in one of my more recent videos as just being a go-to for me. This one is far more synthetic than the Missoni Parfum Pour Homme, but it does have this addictive quality to it, right? It's going to remind you a little bit of Versace Pour Homme and Chanel Allure Homme Sport. It combines those two, but what it doesn't do is either one better than what those already do. And, you know, if you own those, this might be a little bit redundant. It's not as floral or as metallic and vibrant as the Versace Pour Homme, and it's not as good as the Chanel Allure Homme Sport. So this kind of falls in the middle, and this is getting pricier. So you have to consider that too. When this was 20 bucks, anytime, any day, I'm going to grab it. However, this has gone way up in price. It fell victim to the hype, I think, for a lot of people. A lot of people fell victim to the hype, and many like it. I'm not saying it didn't live up to that hype for a lot of people, but in terms of pricing, it just went through the roof. So used to be able to get this really cheap. I'm going to try to link it down below as cheap as I can find it, but it's still a good fragrance. It's more vanillic and orange heavy than really either one of those other two that I mentioned. But I don't know, just where it doesn't do it as well as those other two, it just kind of falls flat for me. But I'm still going to wear it. There's still a place for it in my collection. And I do find myself wanting to wear this one out of the shower, even at night when I'm just kind of chilling. It does have sort of that addictive quality to it where it's just fresh and inviting and smells just really nice. It's pleasant. Performance is just okay for me. It's not a massive performer. The Parfum Spot lasts longer on me than this, but overall, it's a nice fragrance. It's pleasant. It does its job well. Missoni Wave. That's all I have today, guys. Thank you for bearing with me as I'm getting over this cold. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your weekly rotation was. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.